Well, Beck, I think now you've got the full squad together. Yes. How nice is that to finally have all of the players at your disposal? You can do the FaceTime every day, all that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's great. They'll be waking up with each other. We're in a really lucky position, actually. I think other teams should be envious because we get to spend weekends like this together. And I've sort of described how we're working to the girls as a long distance relationship, but we're currently right in the thick of a honeymoon period. And as you know, from personal experience in life, sometimes the honeymoon period goes for at least 6 months. Unfortunately, we've only got a couple of months to go, 1 month to go, a month and a half to go, and we're in round one. So we expect that will last until the end of the season and actually establish us as a club of choice going forward in the future.
And what about the training now? Obviously, as you say, only 6 weeks or 8 weeks until you start playing games. I imagine it will be pretty intense.
Training has been really intense, and I've been really impressed with the resilience of the group. I think it's one thing about these girls is that they just want to they want more. So everything we do, they just want more, and they're always stumping up, coming to training, getting to training early, and what's next. They know that we've got to do a certain amount each week, and they just want more.
Jasmine, welcome back to Adelaide. This is only the second time you've all been together as a side, yes, and your first training camp. So what are you hoping to get out of the weekend?
Well, I'm hoping to, talk a bit more to the girls and hopefully get to know them a bit more. And in that way, being away from them, it sort of makes us as unique. And when we all come together, that's when we can be at our best and we can all get to know each other and get that game sense and have a feel of what it's like to actually play as a whole team. But in saying that, I think, being away, it's not going to make a difference. Yeah.
You're almost our secret weapons up there. Who do you think, without giving too much away, who should fans sort of keep an eye on up there?
That's a bit of a hard one. I'm not too sure. We all put in the same amount of work, and once you put in, you put in the work, you get the results, and every single one of us are putting in, and it'll show out there on the field. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
This is a big dream for a lot of females who want to be footballers. Has the realisation of actually, this is your job now, has that actually sunk in yet?
I don't think so. I don't think it'll actually hit me until our very first game. It's actually it's an amazing opportunity, and I was just speaking to Beck earlier, and I was telling her how, once this has all happened for me, my little sister sort of stopped playing sport, and then as soon as I got selected into the team, she's like, nah, I need to do this too. She straight away, she got back on that footy field, and she worked hard, and her confidence built up, and she just said, no, I want to do what you're doing. And just that little bit of direction just made me feel so good inside, and to be able to inspire kids and females out there, and yeah, it's just great.
Now, have your brothers been giving you any tips by any chance?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, Jed was up there a few weeks ago, and at the start of pre-season, he was actually, we've started now, and 2 weeks ago he was up there with us, and he sort of said to me, do you want me to come down and do a session or two with you, or just helping me out with anything he could, giving me little tactics and telling me to get in there harder if I needed to, or he's always on my back. So yeah. And Joe's down here at the moment. He's going to come and watch tomorrow, and that'll be good. It'll be good to see him. We don't usually see him, very much throughout the year, but even though we don't see each other, we're just so close, and he's always there to support me and encourage me, and yeah, it's good.
Becky, how much communication have the girls had between each other, between NT and SA?
They're non-stop gas baggers is probably how I could best describe them. They're on the text, the Snapchat, we've got a team app that we've been using. Just even, the old FaceTime, traditional emails. No snail mail yet. I don't think we're...
group chat,
yeah,
Facebook.
But group chat and Facebook. So, look, they're a group of friends who are going to become a great group of footballers together.
What's the app about?
The app is really for the coaches and the players to have a spot to be able to exchange training plans, what we're doing this weekend, post articles of interest, all of that kind of stuff, you know, that might interest the group.
But given you haven't got a NAB Cup as such, have you got practice matches or is it all internal?
We've got one practice match. We're going to Darwin the middle of January and we're going to be playing Fremantle before an NTFL match. So that will give us an idea of where we sit while we've got a pretty good idea of where we sit. It'll be good to play against an external team rather than just ourselves this weekend.
I take it you will have to do some internals as well.
Yeah, and that's really the point of this weekend. We've got 2 on-field sessions this weekend, each day, and it's an opportunity for the players to work on, learn what their teammates' strengths are on the field. So we've all seen it on paper, we've all seen a bit of tape of each other, but to be able to actually play with each other this weekend is really great.
Is there any sort of spying going on? People coming to look at you and you going to look at others?
Oh, never. No, look, we're just focusing on ourselves. You know, we don't want to share our plans, we want to show people our results, and that's how we're approaching it. And we've got a certain theme for our camp this weekend, and going forward we hope that will be how we're remembered at the end of the season.
Looking ahead, just talking about the other teams, who do you, obviously you know who is in each team now, who do you see as your biggest competitor?
I think Fremantle is probably one of our biggest competitors. They will be, for the league, I think the league will be trying to pick them off. They've got a fantastic coach, Michelle Cowan, who's very experienced, and she's been able to recruit completely from Western Australia and not brought in any foreigners. But you know, all of the teams are going to be really hard to play against, and I think the thing is we only get one chance at all of them. So there's no room to relax and think, okay, well we can drop this one, but we'll still make finals. We'll be approaching every game the same way.
So I guess you probably see that as a positive then, facing Fremantle as your practice match.
Yeah, we will. At the same time, we want to be able to play all of our 27 listed players across a number of different positions. So we won't be too focused on the outcome. It will be more to roll through what we want to roll through for the list that weekend. Yeah.
Jasmine, the forecast in Darwin at the moment is 34, 35 degrees every day, 70% humidity. Is that a challenge at training, or do you just count that as extra preparation?
No, definitely extra progression for us. It is a bit hot, and you know, once getting those Ks up after a bit, it can be a bit overwhelming, but you know, we get through it, and I think it'll give us a bit of a head start, to be honest. So yeah, we're lucky in that field, considering it's going to be summer, so hopefully, yeah, see the outcome.
And Beck, do you tailor a game plan then around that if you are going to have superior fitness?
Yeah, we've got some ideas that we're going to talk through with the group this weekend about how we want to set up, what we want to see. There's nothing too complicated. We realise that some in the group have got a lot of experience, and some of the group are relatively new to football. So we're trying to match that and become consistent across the board. I think it's widely known that our group, we've got some flyers, and we'll be using them. We've got a couple of key position players, but we'll be relying on our run, that's for sure.
And on your whiteboard at the moment, how many players do you have in a likely position, or is it that yet to be determined?
Yeah, it's yet to be determined, and this weekend will be a big part of that, to see what they might have a position in their heads. The players might have a position in their heads. We might have a position for them that we thought we've drafted them for, but until they get out and they get to roll through everything this weekend, we won't really be deciding. And there'll be a lot of communication, two-way communication about how we do that.